be able to chat with each other. Feel free to use the chat box. I use it like crazy all the time and reach out to people. So I'll probably be reaching out to you and saying, hey, let's get together for a Zoom coffee chat. And because, you know, my goal is to get to know members and figure out how we can help them, and also how the people in my network might need to connect with them. So Willisha, I've got my wheels turning already for you about who I might be able to connect you with.
Oh, that would be great.
That's great. So Amy, what do you do?
So I'm an attorney at RCO
Okay.
Law.
Oh, yes.
So I get to do a commercial today to pump up people for tomorrow's webinar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Great. I knew I had seen your name, but it's on the agenda. I've got too many papers on my desk.
That name looks familiar, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
So Connie, how is your husband doing? Is his bruising a lot better now?
Yes, thank you for asking. He's much better.
That's good.
Yep, they're doing inventory at work this week, so they've got 12-hour days through Saturday and just keeping him very, very busy.
And what happened with the car? Was it totaled?
Yes, it was totaled. Yeah,
Your fun
our
car.
fun car got just, yeah. So hopefully we can get everything else worked out here and get it finalized, but it just takes some time.
Yeah. Well, do you think you'll be able to get another similar one, another fun car?
Yeah, we will, but we might wait till closer to spring. Otherwise, I'll
Yeah.
just sit in the garage for right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
So,
Well, and it's beautiful. You could be using that convertible right now, right?
oh, I know, but we also have a Harley, so we jumped on that.
Oh, okay.
Sunday was a beautiful day for that because we had not had many days to do some nice riding, and
Yeah,
we really enjoyed that Sunday.
that's great. We took a ride out towards Defiance on Saturday, and
Okay.
it was amazing to see all the people out putting up their Christmas decorations. I said, it's probably going to be the most well-lit Christmas because people were able to get out when their hands weren't freezing and put all that stuff up.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Amy, are you an employer, attorney?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, employment law in general,
Yeah.
we help people. Most of our clients are employers, but we are happy to help both sides. So
That's great. How long have you been an attorney?
I've been practicing for about 15 years now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you must have started when you were 12, right?
Yes, I did. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, I've only been living in Toledo though for about 3.5 years now.
Oh, really?
Here, our family moved here from Kansas City, so
Oh.
it was an adjustment. Certainly, you know, having established myself in Kansas City, practicing in Kansas and Missouri, and then moving here and feeling a little bit like a newbie, but I knew what I was doing on some level, but on another level, it was Ohio law and Michigan law. So,
Well, and plus you had to then establish all new connections.
yes. Yep. But RCO Law has been a great firm to be with,
Yes.
to do that. And it's been wonderful. So
Great. They are a great firm.
mhm.
So Pete, how are you today?
Go ahead.
Hello. Can everybody, hi April. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're
can't
creating
hear
all
them.
kinds of.
Hi Walisha.
Hello.
Can we hear them or no?
I work for a company, so I don't know what it is.
Hi Debbie.
Hi there. Hey, you're creating all kinds of noise.
Oh, there's probably a lot of noise behind me.
Yes.
Thank you all for being here today. I see Walisha. We're going to introduce you to the rest of the group. Amy Luck has got a 30-second commercial. And hi, Connie. Hi, Pete. April, I'm going to talk about you. Linda's on. I just wanted to come over and say hi to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Well, I'll come back.
We're glad to be here. That was noisy. So the name that's INAPIER, that's probably not your first name.
My first name is Linda.
Linda, how nice to have you here today.
Good to be here.
What do you do, Linda? Oh, you're at YMCA. I see that.
Yes, I'm the membership director at the YMCA.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
normally I'd be in person, but I have a 1 o'clock meeting, so
Oh, this
Zoom
is
it is
perfect.
today.
Yeah, isn't it perfect to do it this way?
Absolutely.
Hey, Pete, we were just ready to talk to you when we got blown out by all that noise.
How are you today, Debbie?
I am great. So what new bikes have you bought recently?
Oh, I bought another bike from the 90s, last week, go figure. So it's kind of a newfound addiction.
And how did you get started on this? Because this is brand new, isn't it?
No, I used to ride BMX as a young tyke, broke many bones, and it's just kind of something that I've always enjoyed, and the kids have kind of recently started riding their bikes, so I just kind of decided to get back into it, and so now I have a big dad bike to do fun dad stunts on.
And hopefully not break any bones, right?
No, that's the goal. I don't know how much I can guarantee that, but
Good morning, good afternoon. I think it's still morning, isn't it? Still. Hi, Patty. Hi, April. And hi, Christy. And I don't know whether it's Tom or Rachel on New Life Spine. Patty, how are you feeling today?
Fair to partly
Yeah.
cloudy.
Fair to partly cloudy.
Yeah. I've noticed if I don't move around too much, I don't deal with it as much. So, especially in the car. So that's why
Yeah,
I'm doing virtual today.
it's good.
Get to the office and stay there.
Yeah. Too bad you can't sleep there, huh?
Well, I could if I brought in a, love seat or couch or something.
Blow up mattress.
Right. How's everybody today?
Good. Why wouldn't anyone be great today? It's such a gorgeous day outside. And
It is a beautiful day outside.
yeah.
Yeah. So what do we see going on at the Parkway? They're all gathering and chatting, and
I don't know.
That's-
Kristen just came in and somebody's
that's
waving to
Travis.
us.
Hi,
But we can't-
Travis.
Kristen just came and talked to us, but it was so loud, it almost blew us out.
No kidding.
Yeah. I don't know why it was picking up so much noise. So I guess they can see us, but we can't see them, up close.
Kind of a shadowy going on right now. That's all right. We're here. We're here.
Yeah.
Hi, April.
The best ones are here. There's
Hi-
Carrie. Hi,
Hi,
Carrie.
Carrie. Who do we have? We have visitors today.
Yes, we have Walisha Shai. She's actually going to be introduced as a new member.
Oh, nice.
does.
Welcome.
She does
Thank
some
you.
really interesting, has an interesting company that she helps nurses to pass their certification test and other tests. And one of her challenges is getting to connect it to the academic world. So we have to get our wheels turning on how we can help her with that.
Excellent.
Yeah. Hi, Dale. Oh, there he is. Dale just left us as far as his video. Hi, Deidre.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? It looks like you're outside enjoying the afternoon.
Yeah. Got the laptop out here today.
Good for you.
How are you doing?
Good. I can't see my laptop when I take it outside. It's too bright. So I have
Yeah, we have to shade it as well, or kind of be strategic with the placement, but
yeah.
yeah.
Hi,
So
Dale.
how
Hi.
many do-
Hello, how
What'd
you
you say?
doing?
What did you say, Deidre?
How many do we have here on Zoom?
We have, I think I counted like 40 some, I think, maybe
Okay.
more,
Nice.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
not quite doing group maskless things yet.
yeah, me either.
And this seems to work fine. So
I figure we get more networking done. And by the way, those of you who have just joined us, call up that chat box and let us know, your contact information. So if someone here wants to do a Zoom coffee chat or even an in-person coffee chat with you, they can reach out. Like Linda, I don't think we've ever met. I would love to do a Zoom chat with you at some point.
You have
Same
to
with,
meet Linda. She's such a neat lady.
yeah, same with Amy.
Ladies and gentlemen, so we have a few people that are here in the room that would like to say hi. I'm going to bring the microphone up.
Okay.
Ladies, go ahead. Go, keep going.
We can't see who they are because they're too dark.
Travis, do you have
Can you hear
video
them?
on?
Video's on.
There we go.
Just say hi.
Hi, guys. Hi. I don't know if you can hear us, but.
Is that Michelle and Sierra?
It is.
How can you see that?
I got their shadows.
You got their what?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a little bit dark here inside the Parkway place, so you can't see them as well, but they're saying hi.
Tell them to shut.
Hi. How are you guys? Good. Okay. I know. She's good. We're like, I know.
Tell them to shine their phone flashlight on their face when they talk to us so we can see who they are.
We'll do if they've got it on them.
I didn't hear what he said. Did you?
He said if they have them on them, he will
Oh,
encourage
who
them.
doesn't have their phone on them? Come on.
Right.
All right, Bill's got his information in the chat box. I don't see anyone else, so
I'm working
don't
on
be
it.
shy. Tell us what we need to know about you also. If you have something new coming up that we should be aware of. Good morning, Connie. You can't type and talk at the same time, can you? I can't. Amy? Oh, I found you. Never mind. Don't pay attention to me. I
Okay.
couldn't find you in the chat list. I found you.
Just uploaded.
Now we can dance. All right, that's gone. I'm challenging all of you today, like I did last month. Don't leave here today without having connected with one person that you can meet later, either Zoom or in person. Because if you come to this lunch and you don't reach out to anyone, you're going to leave the same way you came, which is not connected. I'm sure you've got other connections, but I mean connected today. So choose someone, choose one of the Brady Bunch, someone that you would like to get together with, someone you either know or don't know. And I will tell you that last month when I made this challenge, one of the participants reached back out to me later and said that she had her one-to-one. It was someone she didn't know, and it was very exciting. And she thanked me for issuing the challenge. So I'm issuing it again. Let's see how many connections we can get going, how many appointments we can get going for some time in the future. I'll crack my whip if I need to. Hi, Josh Harris. Hi, Katie. Welcome. Glad you're here. How are you doing today, Frank, Dale? Not Frank.
I'm doing well. How about you?
Frank Dalehouse. How's that?
Any teacher that I've had over the years, at one point or another, I did get called Frank. It's always happened.
Did they call you Dalehouse though at the end of it?
I've heard that before. Yeah.
Have you? Oh darn, I thought I was original. So none of us, we haven't been able to go to any plays. Have you been able to go to any plays, Dale?
As far as like travel, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, any plays in the area, like live.
Oh, a
theaters.
play, you're saying plays. No,
Oh.
unfortunately not.
I know, I'm missing it a lot.
I would agree.
Kind of like culture, not here at all.
I have followed, the Philadelphia Orchestra has a pretty good on-demand archive of their previous concerts. And so
Yeah.
I'm doing some of that.
So do they have plays or is it just not
It's
just?
it's strictly concerts.
Okay. Yeah, I've been listening to PBS in my car or public, WGT, whatever the radio station is, I've been listening to it. But I need something visual.
You see Kristen's illustration on her slide for the membership luncheon. Those used to be networking lines. Now they're 6-foot distance lines.
Oh my gosh, yes, look at that. It would take Carrie to notice that. I thought it was just lines drawn between people, connecting them.
I think that was the intention.
Looks good to me. All right, who has an appointment scheduled?
Working on it.
Okay. For the first one that gets an appointment scheduled, I have a coffee card to the Bard in Perrysburg that I'll send out to you so that you can either meet there or you can use it at another time. Hi, Josh. Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm challenging everyone to connect with someone that they either know or don't know and get an appointment scheduled for sometime in the future. So I'm cracking the whip, Kelly. Rest of the people are keeping their video off. They probably don't want to look me in the eye. So who has an appointment? Hi, Melinda. Whoop, where'd you go? There he is.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. If we've met, I've forgotten what you do, so tell us all.
I'm the director of the Maumee Senior Center.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Glad you're here today.
Thanks.
And did you hear me say I issued a challenge to everyone to reach out to someone else and schedule an appointment to get to know them?
I feel like I had more food. Oh, I did. It's not even right now.
Hi, Karen Moore. And Alex Brinkman. I wonder if Alex is in town or if he's out of town, Zooming with us.
No, I'm out of town. I'm in Pittsburgh. Sorry, I've got the baby today. I'm on daddy duty, so
Okay.
if it gets loud, it's my fault.
Turn your video on. We want to see the baby.
I just put him down for a nap, but hold on, let me check on him real quick.
Oh, okay. Hi, Mike. Whoop, Mike left. How are you, Mike? You can talk. You're not muted. Maybe he can't hear me.
Here's little Andy.
Aw, how old is he now?
It'll be 4 months on Saturday.
He doesn't look like he took your suggestion for a nap.
No, he didn't. I went in there and just picked him up. He's just looking around.
Aw. We got it, Debbie.
You got an appointment?
Yep.
Who'd you get an appointment with?
Linda, next Thursday morning at 10 a.m.
Hey, we were working on it. All right. I will send out the card to, how about if I send it out to Linda and then you can decide how you're going to use it?
Give it to Linda, yeah.
Okay. But I have to make a note because you know what will happen if I don't.
Yeah. And I still have your $50 in Amazon gift cards, so we need to connect on that too.
Yeah. Hey, Linda, will you private message me in the chat box and send me what address you'd like me to send that to, mailing? Okay, cool.
Absolutely will.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good, Debbie. How's it going?
It's great.
Good.
Glad to have you here today.
I'm so pleased to make it. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike. How's my son?
He is the hardest worker in the whole community. He's great.
He loves that.
Yeah.
He's the best I got.
Yeah,
I love it.
Good. How was Live to Lead?
It was fabulous. Thanks for asking.
Awesome.
Super,
Glad to hear it.
super great.
I loved Alan Mullally.
Yep.
He was great.
So delightful. Anybody that can get somebody to fire themselves as a leader is having a crucial conversation the right way.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. They just chose a different career. They didn't fire themselves.
Right.
Hi, Jeff Langendorfer.
Hi, everyone.
It is so good to see you. I just passed the bank the other day. I almost stopped in, but I'm not sure if you're open just for casual stragglers.
We are. We have all the
Okay.
COVID protocol in place.
Okay.
Totally different times.
Got it. Hi, Catherine. How are you? And Brad Sander, nice to see you, even though I can't see you yet. I know you're muted also.
Hi there.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I want to thank everyone for joining us today for our chamber luncheon. We are sponsored today by Appliance Center. So John Fulton, you'll be seeing a lot of him throughout the presentation because he's apologizing up front, but he is our sponsor for today, so we're grateful to him. We just have a few housekeeping notes that we want to cover as we get started. The first is, if you are joining us on Zoom today, by the way, we are a hybrid luncheon. We have many of you here today in person, and we have just as many on Zoom joining us. So we're grateful for everyone that's here. And if you are joining us on Zoom, please remember to keep yourself muted to avoid background noise. And we highly suggest that you choose speaker view versus gallery view in order to get the most out of our presentation. And as always, feel free to share information in the chat section if you're on Zoom. Debbie Peters has been doing a great job along with Colleen on Zoom to keep everyone engaged. So if you have questions for them, feel free to reach out to them and connect with your fellow chamber members. Now it is my pleasure to introduce John Fulton, president of the chamber and sponsor for today's lunch. He's going to be leading us in prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here today. I guess if you want to have lots of friends, the most important lesson I can tell you is work at a really cool store, own a pickup truck, get active in the Maumee Chamber, and, well, you know, pay people to come listen to you. Thank you all for joining us virtually as well as here in person today. If we could take just a second, I'd like to start with the invocation, and any important undertaking, certainly we should invoke blessing. So let's just take a moment and collect our thoughts. Lord, we humbly come before you today and ask for your blessing on our gathering. Thank you for allowing us to join, to gather in person, as well as for the technology that allows us to gather virtually. Please be with those who are with us virtually and keep favor on the ones who could not be with us today at all. We pray in a special way for those who are serving in our military and for our veterans, as it's Veterans Day this week. You know, their sacrifices you will never fully understand. And we also remember in a special way and pray for our first responders, police officers, firefighters, all those who keep us safe in our day-to-day lives. Bless the food to the nourishment of our bodies, and bless those who have prepared it. Finally, we ask your blessing in a special way for all those who are suffering with COVID. Bring peace to their minds and hearts and heal them with your grace. All this we ask in your name. Amen. If you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Kristen, I give it back to you for 30 seconds.
For 30 seconds. Thank you, John. So I just have a few chamber announcements that I'm going to share with everyone. And we have some 30-second commercials that we'll invite people up for. And we also are going to take, we've got 4 new members that we're introducing today. So that's very exciting. And we're going to take a few minutes to visit each other at the tables now that you're all seated. And we're also going to do breakout rooms on Zoom so that everyone gets a chance to connect. If you're interested in taking a meal home today, if you haven't heard this, the Parkway Place has takeaway meals. So those of you that do not want to cook dinner and are here with us at Parkway Place, see one of our interns. Ladies, raise your hands. Gina or Dahlia can sell you a takeaway meal to take with you today for the rest of your family. It's a way for them to sort of break the gap between who's here in attendance and who's joining us on Zoom. So it was a great idea. And those meals are $13, so great deal. The first thing that you need to do when you leave here today is register for the free seminar that's happening tomorrow at noon. Our friends at RCO Law have put together a program for our members titled Labor and Improvement in the COVID Era. This is free legal guidance over Zoom during the lunch hour. Attorneys Amy Luck and Bill Beach will address safety guidelines for employees and customers, COVID-19 related paid leave, and modifying business to COVID-19 rules. This is something you don't want to miss. So go to MaumeeChamber.com to register for this free Zoom opportunity. It's one of the reasons you belong to the Chamber, is to have these opportunities and have a value to your membership. So we appreciate you doing that. The Chamber is hosting another Coffee Connection on Tuesday, November 17th from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. The November Coffee is sponsored by April Sora. With our friends at Partners in Home Care. April is joining us on Zoom. So thank you for being here. Make your own cup of coffee and join us for a short time or for the whole hour. Learn something about Partners in Home Care and be ready to have some fun. We always have great prizes to give away. Plus, everyone is encouraged to share updates from their business and let us know how we can help each other out. So check your newsletter for information about that. And finally, our next luncheon will be held on Tuesday, December 8th, starting at 11:30 a.m. This time we'll be meeting in person at the Pinnacle and also streaming live on Zoom. So another hybrid meeting. We are calling this luncheon the Chamber Challenge. That's shout out to Colleen, she came up with the name. The Chamber Challenge, we will use the entire lunch for networking. So all the visiting that you like to do when we first come in, we're going to use that whole hour and a half for networking and being able to connect with each other. We'll have fun icebreakers and challenges for our members in person and on Zoom. We guarantee that you're going to meet somebody new and make a meaningful connection. We just ask you to bring an open mind, a positive attitude, and this would be the lunch to invite a guest to. So check your newsletter, go to maumechamber.com. At this time, I'd like to invite the following individuals who have 30-second commercials to come up here and join me. We have three 30-second commercials that are going to be doing this in person. And then we have three 30-second commercials that are going to be presenting by Zoom. That's what the hybrid lunch is all about. So Sierra Hutton with Sunshine Communities, Aubrey Hornsby with Louisville Title, Sean Sanders with CopyCo. On Zoom, Grace Burkett with the Toledo Zoo, Nate Reed with Maumee Valley Habitat for Humanity, and Amy Luck with RCO Law. You'll be on deck in just a minute. We'll start off with Sierra.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sierra Hutton, and I'm with Sunshine Communities. And I have great news. So out of almost 200 individuals who have holiday wishes, we have granted all but 20 of those wishes. And so we are looking for donors who would be willing to buy a few Christmas gifts and grant some wishes for this holiday season. So if you are interested, please just stop by our table. Lori's over here with me, who's actually in charge of that program. So we'd be happy to connect you with an individual. Don't worry, it's very easy. We'll give you a list and everything that you'll need. Thank you.
All right, try to do this quickly. If any of your local businesses want to advertise for free, Louisville Title is offering this green and gold card. It's kind of like a speedy rewards card. All you have to do is give me your information and the discount you want to apply, and we will get it on our website. We are giving these cards out to everyone who walks through our office and closes with us. So again, local businesses that want to advertise themselves for free, talk to me and I can get your information on the site. And I have a little flyer at my table if you want to talk about it. But other than that, you can go to the website, LouisvilleTitle.com, to find out more. So please hit me up if you're interested. Choose Louisville Title if you're buying a refi.
Sean Sanders with CopyCo. How many people here have a copier or printer in their office? I mean, pretty much everybody. How many people here think they pay too much? Chances are those hands are still up. CopyCo, because of COVID-19, we've gotten some special pricing from the Sharp manufacturer. That's who we specialize in. They've given really amazing deals for customers, new customers, current customers, to save a ton of money. On average, I've been able to save about 20% off what you're currently paying in your copier. That's including toner and all parts and labor and service. So give me a call. Sean Sanders with CopyCo. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Grace with the Toledo Zoo. We are gearing up for a fun-filled holiday season here at the zoo, starting with the Lights Before Christmas, beginning Friday, November 20th. Be sure to make reservations online for that. We also have our Winter 5K coming up, Polar Paws and Santa Claus, on December 13th. Whether you race in person with us or select the virtual option where you choose your own course, everyone receives the swag, which includes a collectible medal featuring our polar bear. Registration is up and available online for that. Thanks, and we look forward to celebrating the holiday season with you.
Hi, folks. I'm filling in for Nate Reed. I'm Mike McIntyre from Habitat for Humanity. This Saturday, our Restore at 1310 Conant Street is partnering with AIM E-Cycling to celebrate America Recycles Day from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you can recycle latex paint recycling for $1 a gallon, electronic recycling for free, but no TVs, styrofoam, cardboard, paper shredding, all recycling for free at our location at 1310 Conant Street. Millions of people across the U.S. take part in America Recycles Day. We welcome you to join in the fun this Saturday. And of course, we welcome you to shop and donate product to Restore. Thank you so much. See you Saturday.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amy Luck. I'm an attorney at RCO Law, and I'll be joined tomorrow with my colleague Bill Beach to do a free webinar hosted by the Maumee Chamber of Commerce. Bill and I are employment lawyers, and we've had the pleasure this year of navigating a lot of the new COVID-19 related rules and laws like many of you have, especially with regard to what's happening in the workplace. A lot of our employer clients have this similar questions for us, and so we thought we'd present what we find to be common themes that we're hearing this year, especially COVID-19 related paid leave, unemployment compensation, safety and testing guidelines, as well as House Bill 606 regarding that legal immunity from COVID-19 related lawsuits. So we hope to see you tomorrow at noon via Zoom. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody that shared your 30-second commercials. And I just want to give a little shout out to Travis Lattimore and Max here from Social Green Thumb. This is the first time that we are presenting on Zoom and in person, and we're toggling back and forth. So welcome to 2020, and hopefully we will get out of this year quickly, and 2021 is just going to be amazing. Right, Travis? Thank you. So I'm very pleased to present to all of you 4 new members that have joined the chamber over the past couple of months. At this time, I would like to invite John Fulton to join me back up here from Appliance Center, our sponsor and our president. He is going to be introducing Gwen Mitchell from State Farm Insurance and Armand Singh from Your CBD Store. So if I can have those members join us up here. And Christina, if you're coming up too, come on up. Let's do it. Come on. We're live in person. John's going to get started.
Thanks, Kristen. I have the privilege to introduce to you one of our new members. Her name is Gwen Mitchell. Gwen is with State Farm Insurance. She has her own agency over in Holland, right on Airport Highway. She's been in the insurance industry for over 3 years. She's licensed to carry all coverages of insurance from home and health and life and disability and auto and all that good stuff. So it's one-stop shopping for you. She has 2 children, Brooke, her daughter, who is a teacher, and Grant, her son, who, thank you in advance for his service, is leaving in January for the Air Force to pursue a tech career. Benefit from all the proceeds from that particular event. She'd love to have the opportunity to introduce you to her staff, as well as bid on any of your insurance needs that you may have. Again, as I said, her agency is over on Airport Highway, and her team is Emily, Shelby, and Christina. They're all full-time, so they're there to answer your calls and greet you when you stop out, and hopefully help you out and take care of all that. So I have a question to propose for you. I don't know if you're prepared for this or not, but it should be pretty easy because it involves food, and what else could be better. Share with us one of your favorite family Thanksgiving traditions, either from your childhood or one that you've created with your family in the modern era. And if you can't think of something, just make something up, because then it'll be a tradition come the end of the month. Yep.
Well, so my family, my parents are still with us, and so as traditions, it's been still gathering at their house, with my family. So.
Excellent.
Sure.
Yes.
So I'm a lot more loud than Gwen. So my Thanksgiving tradition is that we always bust out the moonshine apple pie at Thanksgiving.
What time are we eating this year? Because I'll be there for dessert. Right here in Maumee. Your wellness journey is one of a kind. That's why you'll find options and education at your CBD store in Maumee. They partner with their customers to create a regimen for every lifestyle to empower you to make the right choices with their products to fill all your needs. With every visit to your CBD store, you'll find a warm, welcoming environment with one singular goal, and that is to help you achieve all of your goals on your journey to relief naturally. Armand, I propose the same question to you. Favorite family tradition?
So I'm originally from New York, and my parents started this mission of giving ready-made meals for the less fortunate, the morning of Thanksgiving. And since then, my dad's passed, so it's just a good day to remember his existence and take part of the legacy that he left behind. So, yeah.
Welcome and thank you for joining us here with the chamber. I think if you brought some samples along, the line forms right over here behind me. All right.
Thanks, John. So on Zoom, Debbie Peters is going to be introducing our two members that are joining us virtually. But here in Parkway Place, let's give our new members a round of applause. Thank you for the. Take it away, Debbie.
Thank you, Kristen. So it is my pleasure to introduce Walisha Shai. She is with Nurse Education Solutions, LLC. And they have started to facilitate individuals who are stepping into the rewarding world of healthcare. They offer a variety of services, including fingerprinting, basic life support such as BLS and CPR, and live National Council licensure examination. Try and say that 3 times fast. And the letters on that are NCLEX, NCLEX review. So Walisha, I'm sorry, share with us your favorite Thanksgiving tradition.
My favorite Thanksgiving tradition was when I was younger as a child. We would all gather at my grandmother's house. We would sing songs, we would eat good food, share stories, and my uncle would play the piano.
It sounds like I want to be at your house for Thanksgiving. Thank you very much. So make sure everyone reaches out to Walisha as a new member. And then my second person that I get to introduce today, and I'm excited about, is a good friend of mine, Kelly Webb, who is the founder of Matching Peace. And Matching Peace provides equity-centered education for pre-service and first-year teachers and works with them on better engaging their peers and students. And that only gives you like a tiny little bit about this woman named Kelly Webb. And I encourage you all to do a Zoom call with her to find out the depth of knowledge from this wonderful woman. And Kelly, can you share with us your favorite Thanksgiving tradition?
Similar to many others, just being with family, and I'm really big on soul food. So having my macaroni and cheese and greens and sweet potatoes. But most definitely being with family. So yeah.
Great job. Okay, back to you, Kristen. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you, Debbie. Welcome to all of our new members. We appreciate you joining the chamber and utilizing us to get to know other people here in the community and getting to know other members. So thank you all. Okay, chamber members, now we are going to take a few minutes to visit at the tables and get to know each other a little bit better, and also go into breakout rooms on Zoom. We're going to have about 7 minutes because we're on a tight schedule here. And during that 7 minutes, I want you all to take 1 minute to introduce yourself, tell where you work, what you do, and share your favorite Thanksgiving side dish. So Christina already shared hers, but everyone share your favorite Thanksgiving side dish. Be respectful of people's time. And we've got 7 minutes, so let's visit with each other. Colleen, take it away.
day to myself.
Oh, nice.
Wonderful.
And where do you live? An hour later, actually, and
Yeah,
5 o'clock, you're already home.
that's
Just
really
no driving.
out of time, it looks like.
I'm glad you can see this because I can't see
It
anything.
says remaining 0 at the top right. Looks like we're gonna pop back into the room in a minute.
Well, nice chatting with you.
You too.
Today is Paul Sporl's birthday. Raise your hand, Paul. So he's give him a pat on the back. Don't shake his hand or anything like that, but or a nice wave. Happy birthday, Paul. Just a wave. Just a wave from a distance. Okay, everyone's back from Zoom. We welcome you all back. Thank you all. I know everyone is really looking forward to hearing our speaker, Bruce Boguski. And so John Fulton is going to come up here and introduce him. We just, again, want to take the opportunity to thank Appliance Center. Without their help and support in sponsoring this lunch, we would not be able to have this hybrid option. So we are very grateful for you for sponsoring this with us today. So he's going to share us a little bit about what's going on at Appliance Center, and then he's going to introduce Bruce Boguski. Again, John Fulton.
Thanks again, Kristen. I know most of you here know of the Appliance Center and who we are and kind of what we do. We've been an institution here in Maumee for 60 years now. COVID has been a really interesting and trying time for us. Appliance sales were deemed essential from the very beginning by the governor. So from the very beginning, we've been open. We haven't closed at all. We did reduce our staff down and primarily ran all of our operations out of the Maumee store, trying to be responsible and really weren't even staffing the furniture side of the business, just trying to focus on the need for refrigeration and cleaning and laundry and sanitation of dishes, things like that. We've come through that. That's gone well. I'm happy to say, I hope you all are realizing it in your businesses. Customers are extremely respectful, at least at our store, of the mask requests, mandates, requirements, etc. If I had $1 for every time a customer came in the store and got 15 steps in the store and saw the first person wearing a mask and went, and ran back out to the door to get their mask because they left it in the car, I'd probably have about 15 or 20 bucks a day extra. Unfortunately, with the advent of COVID and even there have been supply chain interruptions across the board in every category, both on the furniture as well as the appliance and electronics side. I think this year, Black Friday is always a huge event for us. I think this year for all retailers, Black Friday is going to look completely different. I don't think you're going to see the big doorbusters and all that kind of stuff. It's just going to feel different this year than it ever has. So that's going to change. The supply chain interruptions have been, like, as I said, across the board. We've experienced it in refrigeration, in ranges, even in furniture. A lot of these products, even a company, General Electric or Whirlpool, that are all made in America, they still receive components that are made in other parts of the world. Circuit boards primarily. A lot of that product comes out of China, and you know, obviously we know how they've been decimated. The furniture industry, you know, one of our biggest brands, Flex Steel, made in America, Best Furniture, which is made in southeastern Indiana. They have the capacity to produce the products. What they don't have in the furniture industry is the fabric. Most of the fabric is made in India and Indonesia and you know, overseas. So they may be able to produce the frame, but there's nothing to cover it with. So fortunately, we've got some really sharp, smart buyers. We've got great relationships we developed over the years with our manufacturers. So we do have product to sell. It may not be the exact refrigerator you would pick in the normal circumstance, and it may not you know, have every single feature, or it may have more features than you felt you needed. But the good news is there's a product that we've got in our warehouse that we can get to you right away. You don't have to sit on the floor, and you don't have to eat warm food, and you'll be able to have clean dishes and a stove to cook in. So we'd be glad to help however we can with regard to that. So we take all the precautions we can with our delivery crews inside your home with regard to masks and you know, sanitization and so on. We even have those backpack foggers for the disinfectant that we run through the store every evening and every day, disinfecting all of the fabric and all the mattresses and so on and so forth. So we take that very seriously because it's not only our safety and our health, but it's also that of our customers. So you can shop with confidence and feel comfortable that as long as it's an in-stock product that you know, you'll be able to get it right away and get it safely and right to your home. So appreciate that. Thank you for allowing us to write you a check and sponsor today's meeting. All of you on Zoom, thank you for joining us today via the internet. And without further ado, the biggest reason I think most of us are here and tuned in and paying attention, I have the distinct honor, privilege, and with all my heart, I'm really excited to introduce to you guys Bruce Bagansky. He's an author, motivational speaker, columnist, media personality. He's well known for his ability to inspire others to do the impossible. Bruce knows firsthand the attitude and skills required it takes to overcome physical and mental challenges. At the age of 18, Bruce was partially paralyzed in an automobile accident. Although the doctors warned he may never walk again, he left the hospital a few months later under his own power. After a 2-year struggle to regain full use of his body, Bruce went on to become a 2-time state champion in racquetball, and he played on a state championship softball team. So if that's not a testimony to doing the impossible, I don't know what is. Bruce is the president of, I can't do this. Bruce is my friend, and I just got to talk about you. Bruce is the president of Winner's Edge, motivational firm. Bruce has spoke at our company to our 130, 150 so employees at our annual meetings. He's the president, as I said, of the Winner's Edge. I feel sorry for the camera crew because he is mobile. He's gonna be all over up here. We'll try to put a leash on you and calm you down. He's got a best-selling book. I'd encourage you all to grab and give it a read. He's got CDs. He's got all that stuff. He'll talk to students. He helps athletes. He helps sales professionals. He helps executives. I don't think there's anybody that he can help, and he certainly has helped me an awful lot over the years, the few short years that we've known each other. Bruce, come on up and do your thing.
Thank you, John.
I'll shake your hand.
And I'll hug you.
All right.
Right. Awesome. I want to say something about John before I even start. Well, you know, he's done so much for the chamber and for the community. And in my time that we've known each other, not only I think he's a fantastic guy, but I know he's a righteous man. And when you're out there doing business in the community today, it's important to be able to deal with a righteous person. And that's why I love John. And I'm glad he was the one to be able to introduce me. Now we've got so much to cover. We're a little bit behind. This is going to end at 5 till. This presentation is normally 2.5 to 4 hours long. Sorry. And it could be even longer than that. There's so much information, but it's hard for you to face this behavioral disorder that is sweeping across the country if you do not know what you're up against. And I'm going to start off with some of that first. Now, this presentation is available. We did this as like a teaser, I guess. because it's okay. We can do it on Zoom. We can do it live in your company. So if you're interested, I've got business cards up here. I also have books laid out where most of the information that I'm getting to speak with you today comes from, on how the brain reacts to stress and to isolation and to confinement. There's things happening in your brain right now because you're made to stay home and you can't do things you normally do every day that will detract from your performance no matter what it is you're talking about. And you must know ways to overcome this. And this malady is called learned helplessness. You can look it up. I'm encouraging you, anything I say today, some of it is controversial. Look it up yourself. Do not believe me. You can argue with me, that's fine. You have a right to be wrong. I got that from my pastor. He told me to say that one. But you can take pictures of the books up here when I'm done. If you're really interested in it, my book that John alluded to is called The Testing Zone. I wrote it to help kids perform better and get rid of test anxiety. However, I've got a professional golfer that's using these techniques. Salespeople are using it. It can help anybody overcome the anxiety that you're facing. I also have a CD called The Monday Motivator, which is 58 one-minute messages on motivation, on humor, things like that. I also have a little book called The Golf Zone. The reason I'm telling you about these is because you can have all three of these today for only $10. It's a $65 value if you go to the website. I want you to have the information. I stopped playing golf for 12 years because I really injured my back. In a golf tournament many years ago, I stopped. This is my first year back. I got to play and I got to meet Sean. He was on my foursome. We played out at the Maumee golf event and it was so much fun, but I was just getting back into it. Since that golf tournament, I've gotten my first hole-in-one, and last week I golfed my age. Now that's a 0.000089% thing to do, to golf your age. Shot a 72, I'm 73. And these things are available if you want them for $10 for all three of them. So let's get down to it. Let's talk about learned helplessness, because everybody in this room is susceptible. Your kids, your family, the people that you work with, we can all get this. You've all become learned. I become learned helpless almost every day when they sit me down in front of a computer and tell me I have to do something. I'm terrible. I'm not a good tech person. Thank goodness for Travis and for Max that are here to help me out today. When I broke my neck was the worst case of learned helplessness I ever had in my life. The thoughts that I had about the rest of my life. My divorce, and some of us have been through that. You can become learned helplessness with that. My diagnosis of leukemia 7 years ago, I became learned helpless for a little while. Thank goodness I know how to overcome that. And that's what I want to show you today. When I was writing my book, I became learned helpless. It was taking so long. I almost quit. I almost didn't get it out there. And now it's helping a lot of people in their performance. And let me share with you how I was able to overcome that. I thought, I'm not going to be able to write this book. It's never going to happen. And then I met a young girl in Minneapolis that never learned how to read and she never learned how to write. And she wrote a book. Now, when I found she could do that, I thought I should be able to do this. So I brought her book to share with you, because her book is called Everything That Men Know About Women. And it's empty. There's nothing in her book. She couldn't read or write. This book changed her life. If you look at the back, she charges $3.50 for this book. In the first year she had it out, she sold 1.2 million copies. Would that have changed your life? It would have changed my life too. See, people that overcome learned helplessness, the reason I shared that with you, if someone told you, I'm going to write a book with nothing in it, what would be the first reaction you have? Yeah, that'll never work. That's going to be stupid. Why waste your time on that? Learned helpless, to overcome it, you must take risks. Start taking some risks, because you never know what's going to happen until you actually go out and do something. I was talking to the young ladies to Colleen and to Kristen before we started. With this COVID thing, I was in my house and couldn't go out and things like that. And I simply ballooned up. There's no other explanation for it. I read online about this thing that you can lose 20 pounds in 30 days. And I thought, come on, that's never going to happen. I had learned helplessness. Now, I went out and I started that program, and I'm down 30 pounds in the last 4 or 5 months. I told them that you're going to get a really treat today, maybe, because I'm on my last belt buckle and these things are barely holding themselves up. So the learned helplessness is going to be striking everybody in the room. Now, what is learned helplessness? Let's talk about it. And I'm sorry, I have to talk fast. I want to get as much in as I can. We're not going to finish this, but let's get as much in as we possibly can. So what is it? I'm feeling learned helpless right now. Oh yeah, that always helps. Thank you so much, Travis. That's why he gets the big bucks. Learned helplessness, what is it? It's an assault on the prefrontal lobe of your brain. It's a battle between the limbic system and your prefrontal lobe. The limbic system, you know that. That's your pleasure system. That's like on a Friday afternoon, your pleasure system tells you, I'm going to the big dog and I'm going to get myself something to drink. And the limbic system says, and the prefrontal lobe says, that's not a good idea. You got plans with your wife tonight and you can't show up that way. See, they fight each other the whole time. You know, your prefrontal lobe is the last part of your brain that's actually formed. Does anybody know at what age your brain is completely formed? What? 25, you're correct. 10 years ago. It's 28 to 29 years now. In a book up here that I have, Carla Hannaford's book, Smart Moves. Your answer was correct. I'm not putting you down or anything, but Smart Moves. She charts a baby's brain development from the time it's formed in the womb until you're 25 years old, because that's when the brain was fully formed. She's rewriting the book from conception until the age of 29. Because that's how much we've retarded brain development by some of the things we're putting into our bodies, by not getting enough exercise, by the people that we hang around with, the things that we put on our skin, and we breathe into our lungs, and brain development is dramatically slowed down. Now, what assaults the prefrontal lobe? Stress, food, thoughts, environment, pollution, all those things. Threats, the enormous amount of threat in society today. It's a behavioral phenomenon. It is a behavioral disorder. It's chronic, it's serious. It leads to depression. Are people more depressed now than they were before this illness came upon us? You're darn right they are. Are more suicides occurring? Because learned helplessness can lead to suicide. It leads to destructive behavior. Have you seen any destructive behavior lately? Every time you turn on TV, you see it. They call it peaceful, but it's destructive behavior. It leads to alcohol use and drug abuse. And we're seeing it's a wave, and that's why the wave of learned helplessness is coming upon us. 30% of the people in our country are susceptible to this. It's usually the popular people, the ones that are really aggressive and have been successful because they don't know what it's like to fail. And when that happens, learned helplessness sets in. Brian Tracy, a well-known motivational business speaker, he estimates that 70% of us will be affected by learned helplessness in the coming year. And so we must know what it's all about and how we're going to overcome it. Now, I'm going to have to. Oh, I'm sorry. How are our brains different today? I'm sorry, it's rough to do. Our brains are, do you think your brain is different than your kids' brains were when they were your age? It's dramatically different. And here it is. Higher fat, sugar, and carbohydrates have been put into your diet. There are two things that affect your brain more than anything else. The two biggest stressors in your life are sugar. In fact, the two things that affect your brain are sugar and stress. They will stress destroys brain cells, especially in the hippocampus. That's why you can't remember things that you already know when you're under pressure, like for instance, when you're taking a test. The Feingold diet was introduced in New York City, it must have been 20 years ago. They eliminated, I think it was 30 years ago now as I look back. They eliminated sugar, additives to all the foods in the high school. And everything was going great. Absenteeism went down, grades started to go up, kids were performing better in sports, and then Pepsi-Cola offered them millions of dollars to put a pop machine in every school. And it dramatically turned around. Grades suffered, kids were sick more often, they weren't scoring well on tests. You know that 75% of the neurotransmitters that are in your brain are formed right here. 75% of what's in your brain right now has been formed in your gut. Does that make you think twice about what you're putting into your system? It does me. And especially what we're seeing now, we're seeing a lot of revolution on this with pregnant women putting the wrong things into their body while they're carrying a baby. I'm not just talking about drugs, but sometimes some of the food. Well, that's affecting the development of that baby's brain also. So we've got a lot to look out for when we're talking about learned helplessness. And the next one, Drugs and medication uses. There are kids that are 4 and 5 years old that are on antidepressants already. Something is dramatically wrong, and it's affecting their brains. Did you know this? And they're not going to tell you this on the mainstream media. School shooters, people that shot up army bases, post offices, every one of them was on a psychotropic drug. But you don't know that because they will not tell you that. Ritalin. I have ADD. Thank goodness for ADD. I wouldn't be able to do this as a 73-year-old man without the hyperactivity, without the things that are running through my brain right now. I give thanks for it every day. The energy level that I have, and people are envious of that, but it's ADD, and I used to, Ritalin. I found out about Ritalin too late, but evidently it didn't affect me that much. You know, Ritalin, have you ever heard of Adderall? Please, look it up yourself. Adderall is simply meth. It's the same thing. It's one molecule away. It affects your body the same way. It affects your brain the same way. Everything. We're giving meth to kids. And I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm asking you to just Google compare Adderall with methamphetamines. Just all you have to, that's all you have to put in there, and you'll know that you won't get that prescription again. I'm going to go quick because I know that we're. Crawl time has been cut down in kids. We want them to walk sooner, yet that's how kids develop brains. So what does that mean for an adult? Get enough exercise. We're not getting enough exercise. I'm going to show you something. Have you ever been in a slump before? Things aren't going right. You ever been playing on the golf course? You can't hit a ball straight. No putts are going in the hole. I'm going to show you a technique right now that'll turn every slump that you're in around almost immediately. And here it is. If you've seen it before, it's called the cross crawl. Anybody familiar with brain gym activities? Cross crawl is simply opposite elbow to the opposite knee, back and forth. Actually, when you look it up online, when you look up cross crawl, they prescribe to you 400 repetitions a day. You don't have to do that many. I do about 120, but I can guarantee you this, you're gonna balance your checkbook quicker. You're gonna remember people's faces and names better. When you drive to work, you're gonna see something alongside the road that's been there for years that you never noticed before because your brain is gonna be functioning at a high level. Cross crawl. And I use it with athletes to get them out of slumps immediately. Everything changes when you do cross crawl. The transcontinental movements of your body activate almost all areas of the brain, especially the corpus callosum, which runs right along the middle. They actually believe that the cross crawl works better for women than it does for men because, ladies, your corpus callosum is twice as thick as a man's corpus callosum. And when you activate that part of the brain, it draws the hemispheres of your brain together better, okay? I have a joke I usually tell there, but I'm not going to because I don't want to alienate half the audience. Social structures. Change in social structures. Divorce, one-parent families, things like that have changed and hindered brain development. Threat, stress, and violence. Is there more violence and threat today than there was years ago, even 5 years ago, 10 years ago? When I was a kid, I'll never forget this movie. I got up every Halloween and I wanted to watch it. I looked forward to every Halloween because there it was at midnight. Dracula with Bela Lugosi. And you know what? I want to suck your blood. It's just it's not scary anymore. Not when you get used to watching Friday the 13th and Halloween number 80, whatever they're on right now. And you watch Saw, and you know, kids watch these movies, and do you know your brain cannot tell the difference between what's actually happening up there, if it's really happening to you, or whether it's on a screen. And learned helplessness can set in. Anxiety can set in just watching these movies. And we see it all, and now we watch it on TV and the news every night. And it's affecting children. This one, more hours of television per week. Some of you are so young. When I was a kid, back in 1954, we had the first television on our block, a little 7-inch black and white TV. And on Tuesday night, my Aunt Clara would come down and make popcorn for everybody. And everybody in the neighborhood would converge on our house, and I can still hear it. Captain Video was on Tuesday nights. And now, do you know that children watch 2.5 hours of television every day? If they have one in their room, It goes up to 4 hours a day. This doesn't count video games or cell phone usage. And if you multiply that out by waking hours, it's almost 20 years of their life in front of a screen. Do you think that affects brain development? It affects it in a very impactful way. So there are things that cause, what are the causes of learned helplessness? Toxic focus is the biggest one. We all have this little voice back here that talks to us all the time, and we listen to it a lot, even though it lies to you. How many of you fell in love when you were in 7th grade? And when that person broke up with you, what did you do? You went home and you played the saddest love song you could find. And you said, what's wrong with me? What did I do? Why don't they like me? And we dwelled on that, and that's toxic focus. It'll take you downhill. We have to develop ways to overcome toxic focus and come back. Losing a big game. Another thing, weak role models. When I taught school, and there was some kid that maybe transferred in from California, and you could tell that he came from a different culture. Maybe he'd done some drugs, really long hair, but I'll tell you what, by the time lunchtime rolled around, he was hanging around with the other kids that were doing drugs in our school. And that's what happens. They conglomerate together. They share together. They hang with others. Lou Holtz says you can tell what your life's going to be like 5 years from now by the people you hang around with and the books that you've read. And I believe Lou. I'm trying to stay on task. Traumatic events. Anybody ever hear of TBI? Traumatic brain injury. In Dr. Amen's new book, I would suggest that everybody get a copy of this book. Everybody, especially teachers for sure. The End to Mental Illness. Dr. Amen is the only psychiatrist in the country, psychiatrist. He's the only one that takes pictures of the organ that he's going to be treating. Nobody else does it. It's called the brain spect. He's done over 300,000 of them. He knows how your brain is affected by events in your life, by eating certain things, by hanging around, even hanging around certain people can change the blood chemistry in your body when they walk in that room. A traumatic event. Now, it can be a concussion, if you've ever had an accident. It can be the death in a family. It can be a divorce. Isolation can be a traumatic event. Toxic brain. We don't have time for a lot of this, but I have articles here. Now, take one of my business cards and call me or email me, and I will send you these articles. What does isolation do to the human brain and to our health? Increased risk of Alzheimer's and other dementias. Cognitive decline, 20% faster. Psychiatric disorders, heightened risk of suicide, altered brain development, physical health, and impaired immune systems by simply being isolated. Toxic brain. Do you have toxic brain? I don't know. I thought I didn't know, but then I read. Ask yourself these questions. I'm only going to ask you a few because we don't have much time. Do you smoke? Are you around secondhand smoke? Do you smoke marijuana? Do you use conventional cleaning products at home? Do you pump your own gas or breathe automobile exhaust? Do you live in an area with moderate or high air pollution or are exposed to wildfires, which is happening? Have you lived or worked in a building that had water damage or mold in it? Have you kissed someone with lipstick? Do you come in contact with flame-resistant clothing or carpeting or furnishings? Do you spray your garden with pesticides? It goes on and on. There's 50 questions. Can cause toxic brain. And you've seen now, most of the students' athletic calendars have been canceled. This has a dramatic effect on the child's brain. It depletes neurotransmitters. It reduces focus and attention. So it provides anxiety, nervousness, racing thoughts, and they feel cheated. The articles simply ask. I have an article that I wrote myself on learned helplessness itself. You can request that too, or actually I will get a chance on the article to go into some of the cures. To do this in 20 minutes, we knew it wasn't feasible, but I wanted to give you a teaser because we are facing something that is almost hard, very hard to overcome. I'm going to get through these two and then we'll be done. Caregivers doing too much. If you're a parent in here, let your kids fail. I taught school, and you know, there were kids in my classrooms that I would grade the parents, I guess, but there were some kids I can guarantee you, if they did something in my classroom and they got in trouble for it, before school was even out, the parent would be down in the office complaining about me. And my kid didn't do this. You're setting them up for learned helplessness in their lives. A distorted self-image. In Dr. Amen's book, he talks about getting rid of the ants, automatic negative thoughts. And how you do that, I hope I have a minute or two. How you do that is by using affirmations. Develop some affirmations about yourself. Here's one of my favorite affirmations. They're always done in first person, present tense, like they're already happening to you. I am always calm and confident under pressure. I am always calm and confident under pressure. You notice there's two different voice inflections and two different body languages, because when you change your voice and change your body, guess what? Different parts of the brain are firing off and storing the information. People always look at me and they go, come on, man, are you telling me that by saying those good things over and over, you're going to change your life? No, you change your actions. See, that's like when you say that to yourself, it's better than saying the I can't, and that'll never work out. It's like advertising yourself to yourself. Do you think advertising works? Then why don't you have your own advertisement? This is my own advertisement. If you don't think advertising works, finish this sentence for me. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Guess what? That advertisement hasn't been heard in over 25 years. And yet people still remember it because advertising works. How about this one? How do you spell relief? R-O-L-E-I-D-S. That one hasn't been heard in over 15 years, but we still remember it because of advertising. The other day I was speaking at the Cleveland Clinic and I asked them, how do you spell relief? And they said, F-A-R-T. Well, I guess that went over your head, but we had a good time with that group. They were a lot of fun. Affirmations can actually change the way that you think about yourself by saying them over and over. I use it with my athletes all the time that I work with and my salespeople. When you're facing an adversarial event, say good things about yourself. That's a way to overcome the learned helplessness. Well, I know we didn't hardly get through the PowerPoint. There was no way we were going to do that in the time we had allotted. I hope that you got one or two things that you can use now as far as the causes go. Maybe we can do the cures some other time. I don't know. I would love to come. I may be doing a Zoom program, and now that I've met Travis and Max, maybe we'll be able to do a Zoom program. We can invite everybody on, and we'll get the whole thing done. Listen, I love this chamber. I don't know how long you've been a member of this chamber, how long you've been a citizen of Maumee. I live in Findlay, Ohio, and I joined a chamber in Maumee, Ohio, because of the way that I was treated when I first met the two young ladies that run this chamber. I fell in love with them. When I came to these meetings, I fell in love with some of you. There's some good people in Maumee. There's a lot of energy up here. And that's why you're able, maybe you're not experiencing learned helpless like other parts of the country are. Keep up the good work. Keep getting together like this. And have as much fun as you can while you're doing it. Because as you can see, you never know what's going to happen the next day. You never know if you're going to see another day. It's been my pleasure to be here with you today. I encourage you all to please get a card. Contact me if you have questions. If you're interested in my 3 products for just $10, please let me know. I'm sorry that we didn't get more done. I'll be here to talk. I do have a tea time at 2:20, so keep it short. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a great day.
Thank you, Bruce. We love you too. Thanks for coming here, and we'll get you out of here on time to get that tea time. It's we've got some really beautiful days here still, so get out there. We have some prizes to give away today, and even though we didn't collect money or anything, your name has been put into. Oh, here comes Colleen. She's going to take that bowl up there, and we are going to pull some names and give some good stuff away. The first thing we're giving away is Bruce's trio of affirmations and his book and his golf game, and we're giving prizes away to both folks on Zoom and in person. So the the first prize goes to John Kelbley with Legal Shield. You get Bruce's package. We'll bring it over to you. You stay there. Congratulations. Our next prize is a bottle of white wine that we had at the golf outing, but we didn't drink it all, surprisingly. Colleen, we need to drink more at work. Oh, I don't mean that, Bruce. I'm sorry. That's not we're not learned helpless. Bottle of white wine goes to Patty on Zoom. Congratulations, Patty. Patty Cavens with Higher Ground Advantage. Congratulations to her. The bottle of red wine is going to go to Brenda Mossing, also on Zoom. Can't see your face up there on the little thing, but congratulations, Brenda. Great, great, great to have you here. Hope everything's going well with you. We have a $25 gift card to Bar 145.
Oh,
congratulations, Sierra Hutton. You're going out to dinner. Woohoo! We will bring that out to you. We have a $5 gift card to Cold Stone. Has anyone been to Cold Stone lately? My daughter stopped there the other night and came home, and it was like the most amazing ice cream you've ever had. Linda Napier, also on Zoom with Wolf Creek YMCA. Congratulations, Linda. You're going to get some ice cream. We've got one free drink at Starbucks. Our newest member, Walisha Shai, Nurse Education Solutions. Congratulations, Walisha. We will get this in the mail to you. Zoomers are making out today. One more with Starbucks, and then we have one more with Cold Stone. Carrie Brimmer, congratulations. Free coffee for you at Starbucks. Woo! Last one is ice cream. Let's see if we can get somebody here in the audience. John Fulton says he'll take ice cream. But Mark Harris is the winner of Cold Stone ice cream. So congratulations to all of our winners. Thank you again to Appliance Center for sponsoring today's lunch. Introduce yourself to our new, well, Gina's leaving us this week, but Gina, BGSU, and Dahlia with University of Toledo. And if you bought a lunch back there, the girls are selling lunches that you can take home with you. And join us tomorrow with RCO Law. Thank you all for being here and being part of this hybrid situation. Thank you all. Yay.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's, you know.
I wanted to get some of the cures.